another episode of Two Joes and a Pro. As always, you got your hosts, Kenny, Ryan, and Brian. We're back with another episode, guys. We're excited, or at least me and Brian are excited. Ryan is a little down.
I'm fine.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, Ryan's excited.
It's a big week. It's a big week.
Yeah, you have a lot to cover. Brian has a lot to cover. I don't have too much to cover because basketball is kind of out. But, let's get straight to it, right? So, NBA draft just happened. Of course, everybody knew Cade Cunningham was going number 1 overall. He went to the Pistons, which I don't know how that pans out for him. The Pistons is kind of one of those teams, if you get to, it's kind of like, good luck. It's kind of like the Rockets. I think the best pick, in my opinion, after the draft, I'm not going to hit all the picks on the draft, was the Kings getting, I guess you say, Devon Mitchell out of Baylor. He was a baller, in the March Madness tournament, a great leader. He originally started at Auburn, switched over, and he's been performing at a high level. I think he's going to be a great pro. Kind of look at him as a Kyle Lowry player. People like Brian underestimating him, saying he's really not that good. But he's actually, people like Brian, right, but actually a pretty good player. And then, now that I just got that out the way, right, the biggest thing that happened was a trade from the Wizards to the Lakers. We traded a number 22 pick with trash Kyle Kuzma. Montrezl Harrell wasn't too happy about.
Who's gonna take LeBron's fouls now?
Yo, we still got Caruso, so he could take the fouls, right?
Oh, okay.
And then we got rid of Pope because Pope was not doing what he's supposed to do. He was a center. So anyway, you get what I said, like center, like SINNER. He's a Pope center. Okay, don't worry about that. Anyway, Russell Westbrook went to the Lakers.
Center.
Center. That's what I said. I thought you were gonna laugh, Brian, but you didn't laugh. That's
because it sounded like you said center.
No, center.
Yeah, I thought you did too.
Center. Come on, man. I can.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm done. Anyway, Russell Westbrook, long story short, went to the Lakers. And Brian, you want to know my opinion? I'm going to already head and nip it in the bud. Okay. It was an excellent trade. It kind of threw me off at first because we signed Dennis Schroeder, and I was like, dang, why did we sign Dennis Schroeder? And then we got Russell Westbrook. But it's because Dennis Schroeder is going to come off the bench like he did in OKC and a lot of other places. Give us scoring. Russell Westbrook, triple-double king. He's going to do what he's supposed to do as Brody, lock down. Bron can just chill back a little bit. AD can chill back a little bit. He's going to facilitate. I think it's a great pick. Do we win the finals next year? I don't know. The odds went down with number 2 behind the Nets, but I don't know about all that. So that's my part on the Lakers, and that's pretty much all I care about in the NBA that happened. Now, before I let you guys go onto MLB and NFL, I just want to touch on the Olympics because a lot of stuff happened on the Olympics. I watched the Olympics. I don't know do y'all watch the Olympics? A little bit?
No.
Okay, really. Well. I watch all sports, so, I watched the Olympics. Suni Lee, congratulations. She won an all-around gold medalist. I know Simone Biles dropped out. Caleb Dressel won a 100-meter free. Bobby Finke, he had a ball in a race in the 800-meter free. He won that, and then Katie Ledecky doing what she does best. She balled out. And then Lee Keffer, I think that's how you say her name, she won the fencing gold, which is the first time in Olympic history. So, congratulations to them on that. USA basketball is 1-1. We lost to France. Like I told you guys, we're probably going to be subpar because the guys think it's isolation ball. And then women's basketball is doing what they do best. They're kicking ass and taking names. And that's all I have on my spiel. I did that real quick, so I'm going to let you guys get to it. Any questions? Let's go.
Jeez. That was wild.
That was awesome.
Hey, women's basketball, okay. Is it like an... I thought I saw like an update. It said 3-on-3. Is that what they play in the Olympics?
No. So the women's basketball 3-on-3, I appreciate you hitting that. They won actually gold. It was Katie Plum, and I forgot the other female's name. I just know Katie Plum because I remember her at Washington, and they balled out. So they won the gold. Women's regular basketball is 5-on-5. They're still doing what they're doing. They got a 51-game winning streak.
Why do they have 3-on-3?
I think they just, like the Olympics added like a couple other sports, like they added skateboarding, they added, I think they already had 3-on-3. They added like a couple of things with volleyball. They added a couple of different sports in there this year, and then that was one of the additions. So like, I like it. I thought it was pretty dope watching it because it's kind of like was kind of like, it reminded me of like Venice Beach type, you know, like just regular people.
Like street ball?
Yeah, kind of like street ball.
NBA street.
It's. I feel like everybody besides
they call their
USA
own fouls.
team was. It was kind of like that. Like it was weird because they were getting fouled, go hit a free throw, get it back, and like if you make it right, it's not like make it take it. You make it. Whoever gets the rebound takes the ball. So it's like king of the court in a way. But yeah.
So I have to ask, how do you think the dynamic between LeBron and Russell Westbrook's going to be? Because they're both very ball dominant players in the NBA. I acknowledge they're both really great players, but do you really think that they're going to be a good fit together and mesh the way a team should play?
Yeah, I think they're going to mesh pretty well. Only reason why I said that is because, of course, Brody has been playing most of his career being ball dominant, like you said. But this year, playing with Bradley Beal and, you know, having to play off the ball because Bradley Beal is kind of ball dominant and actually, like, it was actually working pretty well for the most part. And he was kind of taking a back role in some cases. I think that actually benefits him. And then, you know, LeBron having that time that he played in Cleveland with Kyrie, playing off the ball, it's the same way, understanding like he doesn't have to have the ball all the time. I think that helps him out as well. And I think LeBron's getting older in his career to the point where he is now like thinking like, I can't do this all by myself. My body's not going to last. I'm trying to play 4 or 5 more years. I'm not going to be able to have the ball every single time I get it to the fresh legs. AD and Russell will let them kind of do their thing, and I can turn it on when I want to. So I think it's going to work out pretty well. I think they're going to Frank Vogel is going to make sure they mesh, and I hope they get a couple other pieces because really I didn't think that the guard play, of course we need better shooting. I didn't think that was the biggest issue. I think that the big man was the biggest issue, and then until we correct that and fix that, I think that's going to be the biggest gap, right? Like, yeah, we got 3 all-stars, but who else do you have, right? Like Horton Tucker, you got, you know, you got Caruso, you got, you know, Schroeder, but who else? Like, what big man do we have? Are we going to re-sign a couple guys, or what are we going to do? But yeah, that's
Dwight coming back?
Huh?
Is Dwight coming back?
Dwight's not. Nah, no. He's going to stay. He's just chasing the money. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You know I mean? If anything, we could try to get Andre Drummond, but he's going to ask for money too. So who knows?
I don't know. I just think the problem with Russ and LeBron being together is neither one of them is the greatest shooter, and that's just evident in their statistics. And usually, whoever is going to default, you know, they need to be a better shooter if they're going to be off the ball. It's just the way the league is. It's a shooter's league. But I just think they're both drivers. They're both, you know, they will both pass. I'm not saying they're ball hogs, but they both play the same type of ball where they have to have the ball in their hands and then they facilitate or they take it to the rack. You know, but
I think that's been mostly Russell's game right now. I think LeBron has gotten way better of a shooter as he's progressed later in his career. And if you see this year, his percentage is like one of the highest of his career, like as far as from the 3 and shooting in general. So I think he'll be better at that. I think he understands, or he's pretty cerebral. He'll understand that I got to get better, and he'll shoot from the mid range and shoot the 3-pointer and play off the ball. But yeah. That's my spiel on my Lakers.
Okay. So. All right, we'll move on. You got anything else, Ryan, or you good?
No. This is the Homer segment. We got the Lakers, and then we're going to go right into the Red Sox. Go ahead.
What? Oh, you want me to talk about the Red Sox? Okay.
Hey, I just figured.
This is it. It's Kenny and Brian's homers. That's what we should call this segment. Kenny and Brian homers. You know?
I'm only talking Giants during football. This is...
You ain't gonna be talking long, man.
We expect it. That's what you put on Instagram. You just put all Giants pictures like we care, right? But it's okay.
You care.
All right. So MLB, you know, big day, big couple days actually, with the trade deadline. Since Ryan wants me to, I'll go ahead and start with the Red Sox. They added a left-handed bat, which they desperately needed, in Kyle Schwarber. He brings power to the lineup. The only problem is he doesn't really have a position that they need. They already have a full outfield. He plays left field. They already have a designated hitter. So where he's going to fit into the lineup is yet to remain, to be seen. But there is one option. They could try to convert him to a first baseman. And they could have the mentality of anybody can play first, which some people believe that. I disagree with that.
Isn't that a hard position?
It is. I mean, not everybody knows how to pick a ball out of the dirt when you're short hopped by your shortstop or something.
Hold on, you said Kyle Schwarber?
Yeah.
He went to the Red Sox?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wasn't tracking it.
Yeah.
But
that was last night.
Get your shit together, Kenny. Jeez.
No, like that when he said it, my mouth dropped. I was like, what? Where did that happen? I
told you a lot of names dropped today.
That was crazy. I thought he did play at first base a little bit when the Cubs, when they're trying to mix him around in the infield.
He's played at first base one time in his career. One game.
Okay.
So, he doesn't have a history of playing there. But it doesn't mean he can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, but the Red Sox, historically, they tried to move Hanley Ramirez to first base, and that didn't pan out too well defensively. I mean, but that was, again, they were trying to fit a bat into a lineup that they didn't have a spot for. So we'll see what happens with Schwarber. They also picked up a relief pitcher, nobody that, Hanley Robles, but most people don't know who that is. So we'll just move on. Well, I will say this. The Red Sox, compared to everybody else that's a contender this year, they added the least. Okay? And I have a feeling that it's going to bite them in the ass. They're going to probably lose the division now because Tampa loaded up, the Yankees loaded up, Toronto loaded up. So I could see at least Tampa passing them. And you never know. The Yankees have all the talent in the world, so they could turn it on.
That's always us.
Oh, weird. You're a Lakers fan and a Yankees fan. How are the Cowboys doing?
I'm not a Cowboys fan at all. I'm a Chargers fan.
Okay.
I'm a Chargers fan.
That's a surprise. But anyways.
He would be a Pats fan.
No.
Yeah, like if you go to take it.
The three teams that go together are the Lakers, Yankees, and Cowboys. Okay, that's like the most homer teams.
What's that? Is that in the Brian Almanac?
That's just known fact, man. Look it up.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure. No. Yeah, they were all good during a similar time period. So yeah, I get
it. The 90s,
And the
but anyways,
2000s, but it's good.
Yeah. We'll move on. So anyways, let's go through some deals real quick. I'm just gonna fly through these with big names. Chris Bryant went to the Giants. The Mets acquired Javier Baez, shortstop. He'll also play second base. Between him and Francisco Lindor in the middle of that infield, it's going to be sick for the Mets. What's that?
We can't look. We don't have the money to pay for audio, so I'm just hooking.
Oh,
we're not sponsored yet, so we're doing
effects.
our own. We're like the Migos.
Oh, okay. All right, moving on. Blue Jays, they picked up Jose Barrios from the Twins. He's a really good pitcher. The White Sox picked up Craig Kimbrell.
Oh my God.
Max Scherzer and Trey Turner went to the Dodgers, which is disgusting. The Dodgers were already stacked, and now I don't know. They have two All-Stars now that they added.
Turn up.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm sorry, Brian. I'm done.
All right.
Look, this is the most action I've seen for baseball, like, ever.
Yeah, I know.
That's why we're trying to amp you up. I'm sorry. We're sorry. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. We're giving you ad-libs, bro. We're pumping you up.
Go ahead.
Can you do that again?
No, come on. Go ahead. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Come on.
Okay. So, where was I? I guess I'll just start over.
The Red Sox.
So the Red Sox. No, but even the Phillies, they tried to add. They got Kyle Gibson, who's got like a 2-something ERA this year. And Ian Kennedy for the bullpen. Good bullpen pitcher. Let's see. The A's, they got Yan Gomes and Josh Harrison. They also picked up Starlin Marte, which is probably the prize that the A's got this year. He's an outfielder, really good player. Let's see. The Yankees also. Did I say they also got Gallo and Rizzo?
Yep.
Okay. Did I mention that? It's disgusting. And they got Haney, which is a left-handed pitcher, for their starting pitchers. Dude, the Yankees are so stacked right now on paper, but they're going to somehow still suck anyways because they just suck this year. I think they need to get a new manager.
No comment.
Dude, Boone is an idiot. He needs to go. Okay?
Yeah, but once you do something great for that franchise, it somehow they just hold on to you forever. It's the New York way, bro.
I know.
It's the New York way.
He had one hit in the 2003 ALCS.
Yeah. And ever since then, it's like he's been goated.
Good for you. You hit a knuckleball, bro. It was going like 60 miles an hour. Like, get out of here. Gosh. Aaron Boone. What a piece of trash. Let's see. I'm just looking for big names real quick. That's pretty much it, I think.
I got a question for you if you're done.
Probably. That's what happens when I'm getting the Speedy Gonzalez, sound effect.
Hey, I got a question for you though, for real, Brian. I got a question for you though. So, the Cubs, right?
Yeah.
I understand trading Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, but why would you get rid of your reliever?
Who, Kimbrel?
Yeah.
Because he's like 34 or 35 years old.
Oh, I thought he was young. I don't know why.
Nah. No, everybody they traded was 30 plus.
Chris Bryant's 30 plus?
I believe
he was
like
27.
He might be 29, but he was like right there.
I understand. I got you. I just thought it was crazy that the Cubs pretty much traded their whole team away. And I understand they wanted to rebuild, but it was just wild. Like they didn't even do it like slowly. They just said, no, we're just going to go 100 to 0. You know what I mean? Real quick.
Yeah, Chris Bryant's 29. So he was the youngest person they traded. But yeah, okay. So like I already said this before to you earlier, but yeah, they just need to restart the whole franchise, and by doing so, they got a whole lot of prospects. So they're just throwing darts at the board, and they got more darts to throw now. So they're hoping that they get a couple to stick to the board. That's all they're trying to get, because that's what baseball is. Unless you're picking like Mike Trout first overall in the draft, it's really a crapshoot. And even sometimes the first overall draft pick doesn't pan out, because baseball is just a weird sport like that. It's hard to gauge the talent.
All right. Yeah, that's a lot for baseball.
I appreciate that, Brian. That was very thorough.
I will say this real quick. MLB for the NL West and the AL East are going to produce the World Series matchup. I don't care what anybody else says.
Oh, that's for sure. 100%.
I'm telling you, put your money on that. Because
are you putting your money on it?
The Dodgers, Padres, and Giants all added at a lot of positions. They added multiple players. And then you had the Red Sox did very little, but then you had the Yankees, Blue Jays, and Rays all added players. All talented players. And Nelson Cruz went to the Rays. I forgot to mention that. That was a couple days ago.
You can put your money on that. It's fine.
Yeah, so one of those 7 teams is going to win the World Series.
Okay, I'm gonna say that for BK Best.
Okay.
You know what? You're pretty much paying for the family's Christmas gifts. I appreciate it in advance.
Okay. I mean, what's your matchup then? What's your
we're gonna. Hey Ryan, what we got for football?
Okay, moving on. Kenny needs some time to think. He doesn't even know all the baseball teams' names. So
what?
I would have to look it up.
We could. Okay, never
Kenny, who has the best record in baseball without looking it up?
I don't know.
The Giants.
Okay.
Duh.
You want a cookie for that?
And why, baby?
Ryan thought I was going to say the Red Sox.
That's not what I bring to the table. You bring baseball, I bring basketball, okay? My sport is done, all right? Ryan brings football. My sport is done, okay? I did my job, okay? And then in October, you can say the same. But for the moment, don't shoot the messenger, bro.
Okay.
All right, well, let's go to football then.
My bad. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'm going to get the elephant out of the way right now. So, where we left off last week, Rodgers was throwing a hissy fit, and now he has come back to the Packers and renegotiated his deal to where
your source is terrible.
What's that?
Your source is terrible.
Why?
You say you had a source saying that he was going to retire and all that.
Yeah. I think that was a last ditch effort to get them to come back. He's like, either I'm going to retire or you guys are going to give me my money this year and then allow me to leave next year. So that's basically what the deal is. It allows him the option to void his contract after this season, so that way he can basically choose where he wants to go. He was strong armed into coming back to Green Bay. There was no way they were gonna. They would have rather him retire than anything. So he's back with the Packers. He asked them to go get a stout slot wide receiver in Randall Cobb. I would like you guys to trade your 6th-round pick to go get Randall Cobb. So, anyways, Randall Cobb's back with the Packers. Apparently, that's enough wide receiver weapons for him to
put him over the
come
top.
back and play. Devontae Adams decided to end his holdout and come back to the Packers and start negotiating again. Magically, now that Rodgers is there, so this I'm sure he is negotiating contracts with them, but he wants to get paid. He's not going to take a discount, is what he said. Which is what he did last time he got paid. He took a hometown discount. He was not he's only getting I think $14 million this year for a number 1 wide receiver. That's pretty ridiculous. So Randall Cobb's back at practice. He's probably going to play this year. I can't imagine the Packers overpay for him. I can't imagine that Jordan Love feels too great about this situation where your number 1 wide receiver was nah, I ain't playing with that dude. I'm not coming back unless Rodgers comes back. So, I mean, if Rodgers leaves next year, I don't know what kind of confidence Jordan Love's going to have going into next season.
You think Jordan Love cares, though? His contract is guaranteed.
I don't. From a money standpoint, he probably doesn't care. The way things used to be with the contracts, now that everything's so structured with the first round picks, depending on where you go, you get a certain amount of money, and that's the cap of your contract. I don't think players don't really care. That first deal is meh. You get paid decent money, but you're really gonna at the end of that contract, that's when you make your money. There's no Sam Bradfords of the days where you're getting right off the bat Russell. 26 $30 million a year. Yeah, those were ridiculous times where unproven guys were getting paid starting salary money for positions. But yeah, I don't think Jordan Love cares, but I can't imagine his confidence is super high. The Colts re-signed their right tackle, which I thought was a pretty big contract extension for 4 years, $70 million for a right tackle. That's $17 million a year. That's a lot of money for a right tackle. Deshaun Watson is participating in Texans training camp. So, for those of you that bet that he would be back at practice this year or back playing football this year, you might be wrong. He might, unless this what is it called, investigation goes quicker. It sounds like he might be on field week 1 for the Texans.
That doesn't sound fishy to you, Ryan?
It does sound fishy.
All of that stuff went on, right? And as soon as he said, "I am not playing for y'all," scandal pops. Boom, boom, boom. All these people come out. Boom, 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 boom. Texans is who's gonna pick the trades? Nobody's gonna trade you now. And then he was so adamant of not playing. To now, you don't hear too much about his scandal, right? You don't hear any NFL say anything about suspension, and bro's back at practice. Because now he's I'm forced. I have no choice now. You know what I mean?
But then you heard rumors about him getting traded, or the Houston Texans were listening to trade offers, and then boom, you heard news come out about actual complaints or actually people filing criminal things against him. So I feel you see both sides of it. I don't think he gets traded. I thought it was weird. One of the teams that was most interested in him was the Eagles, which I don't know why they would trade Carson Wentz and then decide to go all in on Hurts, not draft a quarterback, and then want to still trade for Deshaun Watson. I just think that would be a waste.
That's a contender. That's why. If he plays for you, he's proven right now rather than Jalen Hurts is not proven right now.
Yeah.
How does that make the Eagles a contender?
It's the NFC East.
It's an easy division.
You know what I mean?
The Washington football team is pretty damn good right now.
I'm not saying they're not good, but when you look at Deshaun Watson, what he has as weapons wise, He has he has very better running backs than he does as the Texans currently, right? Receivers are better than what he would have as the Texans currently. And then the Eagles defense is not going to be crazy terrible compared to what the Texans are now, right? And then you're playing in NFC East where like the teams are not going to be as hard as playing, a Colts or a Tennessee. But that's more competition that you're going to get in the NFC East besides the Washington. That's the only team we can say right now that we're thinking is going to be bona fide. Giants,
Dallas?
I'm okay, my bad. Dallas, yes, but we don't know what they're going to bring on for defense, right? We still don't know what's going to be on defense. We don't think.
Good.
Yeah, they could be good. They could not be good. But what I'm saying is that what Titans are bringing. You know what the Colts are bringing, right? Like their defense are bona fide already. That's what Deshaun Watson has to go against.
And the Giants have a good defense too. They already proved that last year.
Say
I
something.
don't know about that.
What? Stop. I'm not even going to entertain that shit. All right, let me move on. Before I get heartburn. Xavier Howard for the cornerback. He led the league the last 2 years in interceptions, right? Yeah, he's requesting a trade. He basically wants respect from the Dolphins. So a couple teams are interested in getting him.
See,
I don't know. I don't think he's going to get traded. I think he's going to end up working it out. That's just my opinion. Dak Prescott had a muscle shoulder strain, muscle strain in his shoulder. They said it's nothing serious, but opposite of that, something is serious. There was a serious injury to Carson Wentz to his foot, which is apparently a major setback that he could miss games, but it's not season ending, but it is enough to where he's probably going to miss games this year. So it kind of sucks for those.
Nah, if it's Liz Frank, that's gonna be crazy, Brian. Like
you can play through it. It hurts.
Yeah, but most of those Liz Frank injuries it's like they get out of there. It's like this. Isn't that what happened to Cam Newton?
Was it? I don't know.
I thought he had when he like messed his foot up and he had like Liz Frank or something like that, and then he was done.
Yeah, but you're also talking about two different quarterbacks. Cam Newton lives to run.
Yeah, but
Carson can play without running.
Yeah, but you still need that foot to plant to throw. That's what I'm saying at the end of the
Well, I
day.
guess it would depend on which foot it is.
Either way.
Why? If it's his front foot, it's not that bad.
You still got to push off when you back up.
He's not playing. He's out whole season. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I'm about to say, I'm about to say, you just got that?
I was just playing. I think that's it for football. I mean, yeah, unless you guys have something. I do want to point this out. We were talking about the COVID stuff last week. I was reading something about the Giants that apparently they were making if you were unvaccinated, you had to eat outdoors. And if you were vaccinated, you could eat indoors in the cafeteria. I was like, damn.
Yo.
But I was like, damn. The NFL did dial back. They must have realized, like, oh, man, we went a little strong on this. But they did put out a policy change that said unvaccinated players that are playing do not have to wear a face mask outdoors or indoor practices, because they were making these players wear face masks, like some special kind of face mask over their actual helmet, and like whenever they took their helmet off on the sideline, if they were unvaccinated outdoors, they had to wear a mask. Doesn't matter about the distance or anything. So like, I don't know. I just think it's kind of crazy because these players are getting tested like constantly. So like, what's the big deal? They're gonna be out there. They're gonna get whatever.
It's what the public sees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but that doesn't make sense, though. Like, in this time of day, it's like, okay, I'm taking all these tests. If my tests come back negative, why do you guys still have me masked up? Because it's like the public needs to see this. It's the portrayal. Like, you know what I mean? I think this is crazy. But
Yep.
that eating outside is wild. Like, you literally like eating outside. Like, that's segregation.
Get your unvaccinated ass outside.
It's outside. Like, that's crazy.
You
Like,
go
literally,
around
that's what it
back,
is.
get the food.
Chill out. You go hard now.
I'm pissed, man. Stupid.
No, that's and guess what? That's your team. That's your team doing that.
They're stupid. Oh,
Hey.
Kelvin Benjamin did not make the team, guys. Yeah, he tried.
Surprise.
He got
Hold on,
cut day one.
He got cut, And apparently Joe Judge was like, he called him fat, I think. Hold up.
They said that they cut him right as he was coming off the practice field. Like, as soon as he was walking off, Joe Judge was like, hey, yo, come here real quick. Let me talk to you. Or not Joe Judge. What's his name? The GM. Come here real quick.
Get him.
Oh,
Get him inside.
Get
All
him,
right,
yeah.
He hit him with the Nick Saban. Get out of there. You gone. Like, I was like, dang, you didn't let my boy do a full camp.
Because he was 17 pounds overweight.
He was 17 pounds overweight?
He passed the conditioning test. And like that's why we signed him. And then when he showed up to camp, he was overweight, and he was like pissed off about it.
Hey man, he listen. He
I'm gonna
needs
read
to be
some
like
quotes.
Zion Williamson and put that fork down.
Mm-hmm.
He Eddie Lacy
That's it.
over here, cheeseburger
Hey.
Eddie,
Cheeseburger Eddie. Oh god.
cheeseburgers.
Oh man.
It was like they were trying to sabotage me to get me out of there. Is one of his quotes. Hold on, what else he said? He said something about Joe Judge. He didn't even talk to me Tuesday. This dude's crying. The day before practice, he didn't bring all of this up. I felt like the dude didn't like me. Mr. Gettleman knew exactly what went down. Yeah, this guy was like going hard.
Yeah,
at,
he's sick.
Joe Judge. He's trying to like take him down.
Well, going to the great debate, sticking on football, right? Since we're already talking about Calvin Benjamin. We ending on that bad note, right? Getting to the great debate, man. Of course, everything's picking up. The season's about to pick up. I know we are both all excited about that. So I want to get you guys' take on, NFL, early candidates for Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. So whoever wants to start that off can go ahead and do that.
Go ahead, Brian.
Shit. Offensive?
Not prepared.
No, I'm kind of prepared. Look, I do want to, because I had one more thing I wanted to say. Kenny,
my
our bet is settled on the Aaron Rodgers thing. It's
Yeah,
null.
it's null.
It's
yeah.
null. So I had my statistician, my producer, she looked it up and made sure that it was correct.
Yeah.
But I don't owe you nothing. And Brian, you're not getting a T-bone steak either.
Yeah. I was
I don't know,
saving
man.
that for BK bets, but that's fine.
Oh, my bad. I stole your thunder. All right, so I'll go with my offensive. I don't want to go with like the traditional like easy Najee Harris offensive rookie of the year because he's going to get the workload at the
Damn, you just
running back
stabbed
position.
me in the back.
I don't want to go with.
Yeah,
like,
he actually put some thought into this, Kenny.
I'm
But
going to
that's-
go with someone
Najee-
that I
No,
think.
okay, go ahead.
I want to go with someone that I think the bar is set low in terms of success for his team. And it's a first-time head coach trying to make a name for himself. He's got to start Zach Wilson, the rookie quarterback. And if he just takes off the training wheels and let him throw, the bar is so low in terms of, like, look at Herbert last year. He didn't really need to do... Like, they didn't need to win a ton of games for him to get Offensive Rookie of the Year. Like, they just got to let this guy go out there and just throw. Like, and I think the Jets are going to be down in a lot of games because I don't think their defense is that great, and he's going to have to throw the ball. So as long as he's not, like, terrible where he's, like, throwing 40 interceptions or some crap like that, I think he's got a good shot and a lot of opportunity to make headway on that.
You talking about Zach Wilson?
Yeah, Zach
The
Wilson.
quarterback, yeah. The one that plays on the Jets. That showed up to practice 2 days late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The prima donna.
He
that they
did
said
because of his contract.
pre-dad. And it's because his contract. That's why he showed up late.
Yeah, he would. They. A lot of times they hold out on this contract. I can't remember. There's like a specific clause that they're usually fighting over, and I can't remember what the clause is. But yeah, he showed up late. But who are they going to start? Who's their backup? Is it Flacco?
It doesn't matter.
It's Joe Schmo.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Mine's strictly based on like opportunity, and the previous winners have all had good opportunity.
Yeah, but man, he's got just in the division alone, he's got 6 difficult defenses.
Easily.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just 6 of his games, and then whatever he has to face outside of the division.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the worst part about it.
But it's
you
also
got Buffalo,
they have
Miami, and Patriots. Come on.
They don't have
All
no
good
tape on them.
defensively.
They don't have any tape on them. Next year it would be way worse.
I'm sure Bill's already got some tape. They had how many practices? He had somebody there.
Bill got the water boy videotaping in his pocket.
Yeah.
Look, hey, you need some water?
They don't have tape on him. I just like his talent, and I think that he can do. I also like Sahil, the head coach, like a lot. Like I think he's going to be a good head coach. But like, if the Jets as an organization doesn't curse him, I don't know. That's my
They're
pick.
still the Jets. They're still the Jets.
All right, we can. Does Kenny want to do his chalk pick, or do you want to go, Brian?
So you don't even know my chalk pick, so cut it out, right? Because Najee Harris was actually my sleeper because everybody thinks their O-line is trash and all that, and he really has no talent. But of course, same thing. He's playing against a good defense in his conference, right? All those teams, they got good defenses, and specifically their defensive front are tough. But he's not my pick. He's my sleeper. My pick is actually Justin Fields. I think that, people are going to say, they're going to let Andy Dalton come in. I think Andy Dalton does come in. I think it's going to be a scenario kind of like with Justin Herbert, where it's some weird thing happens.
They're going to have the trainer puncture Andy Dalton's lung.
No, I hope not. I don't think puncture
Watch
is
out,
wrong.
Andy.
Remember, Andy, the vaccine goes in your arm. Okay? Don't let them fool you.
So, like, I think it's going to be some weird thing that happens where something happens, he gets a weird injury, something, and Justin Fields comes in with no expectations. People think, like, all right, whatever, and he performs. And then from there, he's going to get that confidence, kind of just like Justin Herbert did, and then go on from there. I think the tools that Justin Fields brings to the game is kind of like where everything is going in today's game. He can run. He's fast. He's a smart player, and he's a gamer. I like him just because he's a gamer and a winner. I've been following him for a long time since he was in high school. I really think he's a good player. I give Ohio State players trash all the time because they normally don't pan out as quarterbacks. But I think for him, in his case, especially with Matt Nagy being a offensive minded coach, I think that partnership meshes well together. So I think he performs.
I kind of like that pick.
I don't mind it. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it.
I just don't see the opportunity there. I don't think a freak injury is happening. But hey, you could be right.
I just think that Matt Nagy is so stubborn that he just just out of principle alone, he'd just keep Andy Dalton out there the whole year. And
well,
just let
if
it go.
Andy Dalton's performing, at least average, and they're still winning games, he might stay out there.
Yeah, if he's performing in a winning game. This is Matt Nagy's last year. If they don't win, they have to.
I don't know. I don't think so because the fact that they let him go out there and pick the next quarterback, it says that they're giving him more than just one more year.
No, they're giving him the chance because he's saying, "Listen, trust me." And they're like, "All right, if this don't pan out, you're gone." He's like, "All right, let me pick the quarterback. Like, let me pick my quarterback."
He didn't get to pick the other one. He didn't get to pick Trubisky.
They wanted Mitch Trubisky. He didn't want it. He wanted Deshaun Watson. They wanted Mitchell Trubisky, and they took Mitchell Trubisky. You see how that turned out.
Yeah.
All right.
Well.
So.
Anyways, all right.
Yeah.
My offensive rookie of the year, and Ryan's gonna say, "Oh." Ryan's gonna say, "Oh, this is a homer pick because you picked him in fantasy." But it's not because of that. But I'm picking Jamar Chase.
Ooh,
and the reason why
I thought you were
is
picking a homer.
Well, it is a homer because I have him in my dynasty league.
Oh, okay.
So, but Jamar Chase, man, he could be the most dominant receiver coming out of a draft that we've seen in a long time. Ryan loved him coming out of the draft, so he can't deny that.
I still love him, so you can go fuck yourself.
And he, listen, I think the fact that he's gone to play with Joe Burrow, it's just going to be money from the start. He's instantly going to take over that wide receiver room.
I'm trying to resist.
He's going to be the number one in Cincinnati. They're not a very good team yet. So they're going to be playing from behind, which means even more opportunity to throw the ball. more targets. So, and I don't think that there's that many corners in the league that can really cover the guy.
I agree.
Maybe a handful, and he's only going to get better. So I don't know. I think that he is going to usurp the whole quarterback award thing, and he is going to win this award this year.
And I like the fact that they got Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins going to play the outside and going to put him at slot, because it's going to take a lot of attention off, especially because T. Higgins still can perform. Tyler Boyd, everybody gives him trash all the time. He still can perform. So it's like you got to pick your poison. And him being in the slot, having that, the agility, I think he definitely is going to perform. I like
and the fact that they got 3 good receivers, they're probably going to see a lot of zone coverage, and that's going to be money for Chase because he's just going to sit in the zone.
And that's what they did at LSU too.
Yeah. You got anything to add, Ryan?
But I have a question. How is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase going to have a good season if he's not going to have any time behind that offensive line? Because I'm pretty sure I remember both y'all giving me shit for Jamar Chase being drafted by the Bengals because they should have drafted Penei Sewell or whatever.
Okay, I got this, Brian.
Joe Burrow's going to get sacked at least 40 times this year. You can put that down right now.
Hey, Brian. But Brian, I got to add to that. Yeah, that's fine. He's going to get sacked. We're not taking that from him. But guess what? They got something in the arsenal. It's called the quick game. The quick game, 3 steps, I can get the ball out quick, right? I can do screens. I can do smoke screens. I can do jailbreaks. I can do all type of things to get Jamar Chase the ball, right? So that's going to still take away from, all the lack of production you think that's going to come from sacks. Like he's going to get. We're not saying he's not going to get sacked, but we're just saying that.
I don't believe this. I believe my stance was that this was the right pick by the Bengals. I was just trying to say that you guys are a little bit of contradictory.
I mean,
you weren't talking about the quick game when they drafted him.
No, we said that they should have got protection. That's what we said.
Yeah,
that's what they should have did. They care about his. We're not talking about Joe Burrow. We're talking about Jamar Chase. Chase future, yes. Joe Burrow future. He might, the other knee might go because he doesn't get protection. You know what I mean? That's what we're saying. All right. What y'all got for defense?
Oh, are we doing dark horses?
Oh, I'm back. Go ahead. You didn't say your dark horse. I'm sorry.
I know. Ryan didn't say his. I don't know if he even knew. But my dark horse pick is Mac Jones. That's my homer pick.
That's a dark horse?
That's definitely a dark horse.
I think everybody knew that. We all knew that.
Listen, it's just reports out of training camp, but dude, he's looking good already. His decision making is quicker than Cam's already. They're reporting that the offense actually looks like what it used to with Tom.
Oh my god!
I'm not saying he's going to be Tom Brady, but can he get the ball out quick?
Hey Ryan,
and make it look right?
This guy. Take the mic from this guy.
Listen,
mute him. Oh my god! He said he looked like Tom Brady.
No, the offense looked the way it did with Tom in there.
The offense looked like the way Tom Brady.
Yeah, timing. That's about timing. That doesn't mean that Mac is making all the throws that he has to. All I'm saying is timing-wise, it looks right. If you watched the Patriots last year, Cam Newton held the ball so long. It threw the timing off of all their plays. That was part of the problem, is they had poor timing because Cam can't process the defense quick enough. That's always been a problem of his. Always. That's why he's always just taken off running in the past, because he's like, oh shit, I don't know where to go with the ball, so I'm just going to run because I can do that well. And now he can't do that as well. Therefore, his value has gone down a lot. So,
all right, I'm gonna give my dark horse since I didn't get to give my dark horse. My dark horse is Terrace Marshall Jr. For the Panthers. I just like him replacing Curtis Samuel in that offense. He's a quick guy. I'm just not sure. We talked about it. I don't know who's going to play quarterback for them this year. If it's Sam Darnold, Sam Darnold's got a chip on his shoulder. He would have to have something to prove this year. So that would be my only thing. I like his talent. I wanted him, and he slid in the draft. But that would be my dark horse. But I highly doubt a receiver's winning this unless they have like a Beckham type year. Did you want to rebut that? No? Cool. Appreciate it, guys.
I'm cool with it. I just hope Sam's not out there seeing ghosts still. That's all.
It won't be Sam out there. It'll be PJ Walker, by the way, but it's cool.
Ooh.
Hey, I just said I got to see a couple preseason games before.
Stash them in your
I know.
fantasy leagues. PJ
You heard it
Walker.
here first.
Yeah. So what you
All
got
right.
for defense?
All right, defensive player. Hold on, I have my list up. Where are these losers at?
Go ahead, Brian. Start it.
No. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, go ahead, Brian. I lost
All
my
right.
list.
Zaven Collins from the Cardinals. I think he's going to a good team, and he's instantly going to be inserted as their middle linebacker and possibly pass rusher on rushing downs. We'll see. He's mostly an inside presence, though. It's also going to give Simmons an opportunity to play more of like a rover type, more like he did in college where he's just all over the field. So Collins is going to be the guy in the middle. He's going to just rack up tackles, dude. Like middle linebackers usually get a ton of tackles. He's actually quite athletic despite his size, so I think he actually could be a good blitzer too. I mean, it remains to be seen. I haven't seen it, but what if he gets 4 or 5 sacks, a couple fumbles, 100 tackles? You're talking about the defensive player of the year right there, or rookie of the year, I should say.
If he could just put the fork down, then that's fine as well. Because that was one of his biggest issues. They were saying in the draft that he showed up. He's a little bit heavier than he was before when he was in college. So if he just, he's been training in the offseason, performing, keeping his weight down, I agree with that pick as well. I think that's a lot of, guys' problems. They get a little bit of money in their pocket, and they don't kind of take their health as serious their first year and get a little heavy. But I think he's a great player as well.
Is that your dark horse?
That's my pick.
Sorry.
But yeah, I would say before Ryan touches on his pick, I'll say my pick is of course a no-brainer. Micah Parsons. I've been talking about him when we were talking about the draft. He's a bona fide star. I think he's gonna push, Van Esch, and then he's gonna push. I just went blank at the linebacker position for the Cowboys. I think he's gonna be a bona fide star. I think he's gonna go play anywhere he wants to, and produce for them. I think he's gonna be the difference maker in their team. So I like him. I like what he did at Penn State. I like his versatility. I like his his range from sideline to sideline, and that's kind of my views on him. And before Ryan gets to, I'll say my dark horse is Az Ajajuri from the Giants.
This guy can't even give me my one homer pick.
I knew the thing is I said it because I knew you were going to hit on him because he is a freak, bro. I'll let you talk about him, but that's all I got to say is he's a freak. Go ahead, you can speak. Go ahead.
No. So he was going to be my dark horse.
Okay, my
Because
bad. Yeah.
my only thing with the Giants is that they like to take it slow with like rookie players. Like they don't like to throw them out there for whatever reason. So I'm not sure how much he's going to get in the game. I think he will play a lot. I just don't know if he's got like defensive player of the year type numbers.
He's going to snap, bro.
I think one of the players that will is Jalen Phillips, defensive end for the Dolphins, because I like their defense. And if Cam's back there, he's going to get sacked a lot. So I think that's easy. That's a couple easy sacks. Look, it's not hard for a defensive. Not that it's not hard, but most of the time it's defensive ends that are winning this award. Just because cornerbacks too, because if they get like 3, because they get challenged a lot that first rookie year. But if they get like 2, 3, 4 interceptions, that's like considered a good year for them. Because I mean, in previous years, it's been like Chase Young, Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa. Like those are the types of like defensive linemen that are winning that award. So I think he can get 10 sacks this year, and easily get up there.
All right, real quick, my dark horse is the better.
Who did the Pats draft?
No, it's the better of the 2 Miami Hurricanes that were drafted. It's Gregor Rousseau.
Yeah.
He was drafted by the Bills. I said it at the time when they drafted him. I said he's a freak athlete, and it was a great pick. I didn't know he was going to fall as far as he did. I know he's a little bit raw, but he's got the physical gifts to be a premier sacker in this league.
Agreed.
And I could see him getting double-digit sacks his rookie year if he gets the opportunity.
Yeah. I see him like an AZ type of player. Like, they're both long body, long arms, rangy, explosive on the line, fast twitch. Like, those are the guys that are going to be productive. Like, Jalen Phillips he has produced in college a little bit, right? But, not a little bit, a lot, but his health has been the biggest factor, right? And if you look, like you said, at the Miami film, he was a great player, but he didn't pop off the screen like Roche. Like, Roche on the screen is just like, oh my gosh, this dude is a bona fide star. Like,
and people forget about him because he took the year off last year. So,
yep.
You know,
I think
sucks to suck.
that's tough for a defensive player to take a full year off. Though that would be my only thing with him is being whether or not he's going to be in. He's basically had 2 years off by the time he ends up finally going back to camp. So
Yeah.
I mean that's a long time away from football.
Fresh legs.
Yeah, too. And Miles is down.
I mean at the defensive position, it's like he's got to get hit in the mouth a couple of times before he's ready to go.
Yeah, but just think about how good you are if you take a year off and you still get drafted in the first round.
Yep.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
Granted, the NFL does draft a lot off of potential, but his ceiling is very high.
yeah.
His ceiling is very higher than Jalen Phillips for sure.
He could be like a Chandler Jones.
Yep.
You know, he's gonna be maybe even better than that. He's more athletic than Chandler Jones, but that's the type of player he probably could be.
Yep. I agree on that.
I guess we'll find out.
So, like,
Or not.
tying, the great debate, since we finished that, straight into BK bets. Before we let everybody go, right, I wanted to hit on AZ Ajuri again, right? Ajuri, I hope I said his name right. He's right now for Rookie of the Year is plus 1,400. And, like, I didn't see Rose. I said it right?
Russo.
Russo. I keep saying Rose. I'm sorry. Russo, right? I didn't see Russo on the list for odds, but I did see Ajuri at 1,400. And I think if you're going to take anybody, right, why not? Especially with the Giants, because who else does he have giving him comp at the right end?
Nobody.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
not
like,
really.
that's just my thought process on that. But
Zimenez.
Yeah, that would be the only one. But like, I think he starts. That's the thing.
yeah, I think once he starts, it gets ugly. And people are like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? But it's like, man, he was a baller at Georgia.
Was he standing up at Georgia? I don't know what defense they run.
He was doing a little bit of everything at Georgia. He was
Okay.
playing a little 3-tech. He was playing it in, like, as a rusher, stand up. Like, he was doing a lot. Like, bro was just... And it's in the SEC, which is pretty much mini NFL at this point, with Texas and Oklahoma now getting into it. They might as well just have... That's college football and everybody else besides Ohio State and a couple other teams. And Clemson, right? Y'all can still play, but everybody else, you might as well call it a day and hang it up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, why else we got to watch another network? So, I'm not. By the way,
don't
I'm not.
sleep on the Giants' defense this year. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, we'll see.
Any closing remarks before we let the people go, y'all?
No, I think we covered it.
All right, man. Like always, man, we appreciate you guys joining us. Like and subscribe on YouTube and Instagram. Leave comments. Let us know what you like, don't like. You know what I mean? Talk about Brian's beard with the moose oil. You know, Ryan bringing more energy, or me not talking as much. Whatever you guys want to say, right? Either way, leave some comments. We'll see y'all next week. Y'all be safe. Peace.
See you.